Hello everyone, welcome to Midweek with me. We're doing the Mug Rug 5. I come on a little early because one of them might be a little long, so I come on a little early. So, and I also want to wait for some of y'all to pop on. We are going to be doing the apple right here. And we are going to be doing Stitching Keeps Me from Unraveling. So, hello everyone that's popping on. So we're fixing to start here in a few minutes. So how is everybody doing? Is everybody staying cool? It's been pretty hot here today. The heat index was supposed to be 100 and something, and we was going to grill today, but we was like, not in this heat, we're not. So yeah, it's been quite hot out there. So I think we'll go ahead and get started here. I already brought up my design. I'm doing the Stitching Keeps Me from Unraveling. So I want to turn my camera around. Okay, so I'm using the Luminaire 2. As you can see, I got my design pulled up on my machine. I got my hoop. I'm using my 5x7 hoop. I'm using a cutaway, medium cutaway stabilizer, and I'm going to go ahead and hit my foot down and start. It's going to do a placement line for the project batting, which is right here. Now, if you have like a brother cutter or a Cricut Silhouette, that would be great to cut out all these pieces for this one, because this one actually has quite a bit of pieces for it's got the yarn and the basket. And if you have a cutter machine, it can cut down on the time. So I'm going to take my project batting, and I'm going to lay this on here like this. We're going to make sure all of our stitches are covered up. You don't want to see any of them. And I'm going to hit my foot down and start. So it's going to go all the way around this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our big piece right here, and we're going to lay it flat on there. Now, since this is so big, it's going to cover up all of this, but not all of y'all's will. So you want it to cover all the stitches down to here, and not the rest, just down to here. So let me get my piece down there, and I want to put my foot down and start. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Kimberbell scissors. I'm using the one that's a little raised a little bit, and you just snip. Okay, so I'm going to trim right along that line right there. Okay, so I have a little bit extra to do something else with. So, also what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green piece, which some of y'all's will be smaller than this, and I'm going to line it right across that line. Okay, so I'm going to put this into our machine, and I'm going to I'm going to latch my hoop back in. I'm going to put my foot down and start. What are you doing? You're not even sewing.
Yes, it is. When I walked in the door, I was late this morning. I rode my bike to work, and I'd done some things at home. We got a family reunion Saturday, so I was trying to get things.
Okay, and we'll hit my foot down and start, and it will stitch for me this time. Oh wait, okay, so I have this folding pin, and what this does is help you fold creases in your fabric when you're finger pressing. So I'm just going to just go right along this line. I might be putting a little too much on some of this, but it's alright. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this back, and look how pretty it looks now. Okay. So now I'm going to put this back into my machine, put my foot down, and I'm going to start, and it's going to do a line all the way around my mug rug to hold everything down. So, if you want to, if your piece is bigger, like mine is, you can take those little corners down to make sure they don't get caught. Ouch. The needle didn't get me, but the needle bar did. Okay, so now I'm going to switch my thread. I think I'll do like a cream color. Because I don't think pink is going to look good on this. So I'm going to do a cream color for the quilting. So I'm just going to switch my thread real quick. And I'm going to put my foot down and start. Okay, so while that is quilting, I'm going to take you over to my pressing station. I'll try to go a little slow so you y'all don't get dizzy. Okay, so now a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold these right here, hamburger style, not hot dog. This is hot dog style, and this is, oops, didn't mean to hit the camera. And this is hamburger style. You will want to fold it hamburger style. Line it up on the bottom, your fabric edges together. You want your pretty side out where you can see it. And you're going to press this right here. You're going to press the crease in it. So here we go. And you're going to do that for both pieces. So I'm going to do my second one really quick. Okay, so, and then after you're done pressing these, you can just put them aside until you are ready for them. Okay, so also while that is stitching, I'm going to show y'all what we've done for the past few weeks. I've done the Campers Have Some More Fun. We also, you can go back and rewatch those if you haven't watched them already. We have Eat, Sleep, Sport, Repeat. And then we have Keeping It Real, which is super cute. We have Thank You for Being Our Hero. And we also have In All Things Give Thanks. And Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Do You Know How Loved You Are, which is super cute. Okay. So I'm going to take you, hi Sharon, take you back to my sewing station. Okay, so now as you can see, it's done the quilting, and I really like how that has turned out. Okay, so now I'm going to switch my thread, and I think I'm going to have to switch it to like a coral color or a reddish color. I'm going to do it like hot pinkish. I might have to switch it later, but we're going to try it right now. Okay, so let me switch my thread real quick. Okay, and now I'm going to hit my foot down and start. Have a piece. Let me see. I don't see it. Okay, and I'm going to tell my mom I don't have one piece. So while it is stitching this down, okay. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take my mind just went blank. You're gonna put this over your placement line until you can't see it. So I can't see my placement line. If you want to, you can stiffen up your fabric with like a Terra Magic or something, but I'm just gonna lay it on there and I'm gonna hit my foot down and let it do a tack down line. While that is stitching, I'm gonna have to go and tell Mom I do not have a piece of this. Don't take long. I'll be right back.
Sure, what kind of kits you need? Quilt runners. So, can she tell me the yardage or what she needs? All right, how big a block? Yes. Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry that I had to leave for a second to go get this piece right here. So after it's done stitching this out right here, we're going to use our Kimberbell scissors and we are going to trim around your ball of yarn.
We sure do. Let me tell you what.
It's easier to do it on a flat surface. So, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. I will take you to my pressing station and show y'all there. Hold on. Sorry about moving the camera so much. Remove my mug rugs. Okay, so now I am going to go around this. Make sure you do not snip your threads.
Okay. Oh my, that's more, ooh. Oh man. Oh.
Okay, so now we are ready to go
She needed 10 kits.
do the decorative stitches on top of this yarn. So I'm gonna move y'all back to my sewing station.
She needs one. Okay,
There's our thread wall.
Alright.
We like our thread wall. So I'm gonna just clip my hoop back in. And put my foot down and start. So did everybody have a great course? I hope they did. I hope that everybody had a wonderful time. We went and ate at Mark's barbecue and it was really good. And then we watched fireworks when we got home.
I think, oh yeah, I'm
Okay, so now we're going to do our little knitting needles. So I'm going to snip my thread and switch it to like a gray or a silver. I might do like a silver metallic. That would be cute. I'm gonna have to do that. I love my metallics. Okay, just a second. Let me get my metallic.
So then, how many blocks total in this kit? There's 3 blocks.
Okay, so I did the stitching one first because it seemed like it had the most stitches. Okay, I'm gonna hit my foot down. Come on, camera, focus. There we go.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna hit start. So for those of you who are just popping on, we are doing the Mugrup 5. They're super cute. Like you can give them as, you can give them as gifts. You can have them laying around your house for decoration. You can enlarge these and make them into pillows. You can also, you can put like a gift card in the back of them and give them to, like the one we're gonna do with an apple. You could give that to a teacher, and they're just fun. Okay, so we're gonna do the little ends of the knitting needles. I think I'm just gonna leave it the same color, but you can switch it if you want to. Okay. So now we're going to do the placement line for our smaller ball of yarn. And I have the screen. Some of you, I don't know which one y'all got. Some of you might have got silk solid. Some of you might have got the basics. I'm not sure. But this is the one I'm going to use. I'm going to switch mine to like a green. Okay, so let me get my dark green. I'll do a metallic dark green. Okay, so I'm going to use a King Star metallic dark green, and this is the number for it. Y'all, you can call in and order it, or you can come in and we can help you find it, or they might be on the website. Sometimes I forget to show y'all which ones my threads are. And also, here's the silver one I just used. So, it's the same thing. You can always call us to order something, or you can, if it's online, you can order it in, or you can always come in and visit us. Alright, so now we have, oh my word, what was I thinking? I want to back up a step because I forgot to put my fabric down to do a tack. I was doing the tack down line and I forgot to put my fabric down, so I had to redo the tack down line. Okay, now I am ready to do the next step. Okay, so I'm going to use my Kimberbell scissors. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. So you might have to take it all the way out. But I'm going to try to go without taking it out.
So they coordinate, you're really not going to have to order this per roll of wood or stone. Because what we'll do, we'll try to get colors that are neutral so anybody.
Okay, there we go. So now we are ready to do the decorative stitches on this smaller ball of yarn. It's going to be like this one, except smaller. So this is going to be super cute when we get it done. Okay, so now I'm going to put my foot down and start. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, oops, didn't mean to bump it. So now I've got glitzy yarn. Okay, so now the next step that we're going to do is our basket. So let me switch my thread to like a light brown. Which I might make it a glitzy basket and use the King Star Tannish, the champagne, and there's the number. So if you would like to get it, you can order it. You can call in or come in the store, or you can can't think. Okay, and you can also, it might be online. I'm not sure if it's online or not. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so I got my threaded. I'm gonna get my foot down and start. Okay, So now I'm going to use this brown lattice for our basket. Okay, I'm going to cover my placement line and do my tack down line. And this one right here has a lot more applique than some of them. Alright, so now we are going to trim this. So let me move my hoop. I gotta take it out of the machine. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this.
Once they get used to it, they'll be able to tell because the hand quilting needle is smaller.
There we go. So the reason why you would want to lay your hoop on a flat surface to do this, and it's better to do it on a flat surface than on a machine. But I'm trying to do it where y'all can see. See it, and me not move the machine as much, or I mean the camera as much. So, okay, so we're just going to go on around this. Yeah, also, as I was saying, the reason why you want to do it on a flat surface, one, so you don't pop out your hoop, and two, so you can rotate your hoop while you cut. It's easier to rotate and cut than moving your wrist and doing it. Okay. Okay, so now it's going to do the placement line for the brim. Okay, you're not sewing my thread came out of the needle. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch it because, well, I'll just leave it as the same. Because it might actually go to the satin stitch for the bottom. Again, I'm not sure. Okay, so it's going to do the placement line for the rim of the basket. Okay, so I'm going to take my brown and I'm going to cover this up completely. So I'm going to hit my foot down and start. Okay, so now we're going to trim around it. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim. Let me see if I can't get a better angle. Okay, so now almost done. You don't actually, this one's not a long time to cut this because it's just sort of a straight piece except on the ends. Okay, so now I'm going to put this back in my machine, and it's going to go around, it's going to do a satin stitch, it's going to go around our basket and do the handle. So I'm glad I didn't switch my thread, because then I'd be switching it back to my metallic. Hi, Kathy Thomas. So did everyone have a wonderful 4th? Okay, so it's almost done with the handle. It's going to do the basket part next. So it's almost done with the basket. It has, after this, it has one more little piece up there. It has your embroidery, and then we're going to see what it's going to do next. Probably will go around this. Okay, so it's going to, the next thing it's going to do is go around this, and I want that a deeper brown. So I'm going to use this brown right here. This is by Exquisite. If you would like to purchase this right here, you can call in and just tell us this number right here, and we can mail it out to you, or you can come in the shop and we can help you find it. And it might be on the website, so you might be able to order from there. Okay, so now I'm going to snip my thread. I'm going to pull it out from here. Let me put that one to the side. so I want to thread my machine really quick. And we're going to put my foot down and start, and it's going to go around this right here. And it says it's going to only take 2 minutes to do that. It won't be very long for that to get done. Okay, so going on around. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is it's going to do the placement line for our third ball of yarn, which we're going to use our Silky Solid for, which is super soft and it's such a pretty color. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to do a placement line, and then after we lay our piece of fabric down, we're going to do a tack down line. Okay, so here is my piece of fabric. I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to snip my thread. I'll pull it out. You always want to snip your thread at the top and pull it out from the needle, because if you take your thread out and pull it out like this way, if you pull it from up here, that's going back on the tension disc and it could mess it up or tear up your machine. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want to have to replace your tension disc. So, okay, so I'm trying to pick a thread that would match with this. So I think that was going to be pretty good. So I want to go ahead and thread this.
She said I need to keep talking.
Okay. I'm gonna put my foot down and start. Okay, so now we're going to trim it.
You did get the, yes, Wednesday afternoon for the medicine.
Okay. So we're going to trim this.
When Brandon cleaned out, he took our clothesline down. And that order was on it. So now we've got to do it. It tells what she bought, but it doesn't have her address in there. And I said, Steve, how did that happen? He said, I don't know. All right, let me call Alex Howard and make sure that he works. And she wanted to know if we can have him. Geez, that beat that up. Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so I want to throw my little scrap away.
How many blocks total is this?
Okay, I'm going to put my foot down and start, and it's going to do the decorative stitches.
See, all right, let me see. Okay.
So now we are going to do the crochet needle. I might do a pink crochet needle. This here is a pretty pink. And there's the number, so you can, if you like to purchase it, you can always call in and we can ship it out to you. It might be on the website, so you might be able to order from there, and you can also visit us in the shop and we can help you find it. Okay, so I'll hit foot down and start. Alright, we're almost done. We've got the words, and then we'll have to do like the very last step, which is putting our little things on. I can't think what they're called. But, anyways, well, right now we're going to do stitching. I'm not going to even switch my thread. I like that color. I'm just going to put my foot down and start it. gonna take it 2 minutes to get this word done. Okay, so we're getting on the, I think it's a T. Sort of nice to just watch the machine work. It's really neat. Okay, so now we are going to, I'm going to switch my thread to black. You can do a gray or whatever color you'd like. But I'm going to do the next words in black, which is keeps me from. I'm just going to pull out my thread. And I'm going to put that color aside. I'm going to put my black on.
If you haven't had it cleaned in a while, that's probably the problem.
Okay, what's going on? Well, my word.
No, if you want to bring a sample showing us what it's doing.
Okay.
But the only thing you need is a cord, a foot, and the machine. And you don't need any of the extra tools or anything because we don't need those. We just need your basic foot, your cord, and your machine.
Okay, there we go.
If you have a case, that's all right. If you have
Every now and then on your machine, you might want to check and see if your foot's wobbling, because sometimes it will come loose. That was wobbling just a smidgen. Because I've had my foot to come off on me because of the vibration of the machine would loosen the screw. And that can cause it to break a needle or something like that. almost done with that word right there, and then it's got two more.
AT&T has a big wide range of
Oh, that's turning out really cute.
It is. I like it. The next color for my last word is going to be this. It's going to match the little ball of yarn.
What are you doing today?
I'm doing the apple.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, that's cute.
Yeah, I like them.
Well, we'll put all of them together, but what it is, what we'll do is when Stacy always does it, she does put it all.
Okay, we're on our last word.
That way, you can say, pick up number one, and that'll be the next one. Don't let them open that bag. Because they'll have it in their house.
I like how that black looks with that pink. I think it's really cute.
So, what it is, she'll have all four of the center together. Then she'll have color one and color two together, is what she'll do. And then they'll have a choice with those two.
Alright, Eileen, horn back. Or horn back. Did I say horn back?
Right, exactly. And that'll make it easier, because if you put them out there on the table, they'll be.
Okay. So now I'm going to do this color right here. And we're on our last word. So we're almost done with this one.
It's not really a dot, it's a square, which would be good for a boy or girl. So,
Oh no. I
right,
accidentally knocked off a thread.
right. I know we just have to be
Gotta-
careful with it, but when I saw this pink with the green tractor, I thought, oh, that'd be so cute.
So let me put this back on.
Square, because the 6-inch square would be big enough to accommodate that tractor. Right, so that's what we'll do. And then the handbook is if we
Okay, so I'm just gonna thread my machine real quick.
You might be able to put the sapphire or green tractor and tractor.
Down and start.
So we'll come up with
Okay, we're almost done. We're on the last word, which will only take it 2 minutes to do.
that'll work out great. And we're gonna make one of our cards. Is that okay? For our store?
So how has everybody been doing today? Has everybody been staying cool? Pretty hot down here. I only imagine how hot it's going to be at camp. It's just like the last week of July. Ooh. don't have no air conditioning, like in the tabernacle. So that's gonna be it. But we get to have water and fans in there, so we'll definitely have on.
You're very welcome. And tell them we want to see, well, next year, make one that's in here, so we can show it
So almost done with this one. We're getting
off.
close.
She just use it for one, she has that. She may not want.
Thankfully, they have some air conditioners in the dorm. So now, when everybody's getting ready and stuff.
Okay, well, that's what I needed to know. We'll see what we can come up with. Yeah, okay? You're very welcome. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're almost done. It's got one little, got the exclamation point, and then we're almost done. All right, so now what we're going to do is lay our fabric over this. You do not want to see any of your mug rug. So you have two pieces. So you only one over one half and the other on the other half. And then what you're going to do, you're going to take Kimberbell tape. You're going to take a long piece. Okay, and now you're going to, you might want to move your machine out just a little, or your hoop out just a little bit, and you want to tape this right across there. And the reason why you want to do that, you don't want your foot getting caught as it goes around. So I'm going to hit foot down and start. And I'm not changing my thread color because it doesn't really matter on this color because they're not going to see it. It's going to be on the inside. Okay, it's going to go back around twice. Around twice. Almost done. Hi, Zoe. Almost little dog came over to meet me. Yes, such a sweet dog. Alright, so now this is finally finished. So we're just going to go ahead and pop it out of the hoop. I'm going to go ahead and get the other mug rug hooped and have it going or get it going, and then I'll trim that mug rug and flip it while the other one is stitching. So let me move my camera over to my pressing station. Okay, so now I'm going to just hoop my hoop with some cutaway stabilizer. You want like a medium cutaway. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in our machine. Okay, so I'm going to slide this in. I'm going to bring up my design. So I'm going to take you over to my screen. I'm going to hit home and then OK. And I'm going to hit embroidery. I'm going to hit my little pocket. And then my USB. And then Mug Rug 5. Embroidery files. PES, which some of you might have a different format. And then I'm going to choose my apple. This one, it says, "Thanks for helping me grow." So that's the one that we're going to do. I'm going to hit set. This one would be great to give to school teachers. So I'm going to hit embroidery. And I'm going to do a placement line for my batting. So let me hit my foot down and start. Okay, so I'm going to cover my line completely up. You don't want to see any of it, and it's going to do a tack down line. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one right here. We're going to lay it only on part. Sorry that I'm going to have to move that thread. That's the second time I knocked it off the table. Okay, so I'm going to move this up, and I'm only going to cover half of this. So see, you don't have to cover up the whole thing, just half of it. You just want to cover up this line and this line up here and these two side lines right there. You do not want to see those, as you can see here. This is the way you want it to look. Okay, so I'm going to hit my foot down and start. So I'm going to pull this out. And I'm going to trim it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to put pretty side down and align it on the bottom. I'm going to lock my hoop back in and I'm going to put my foot down and start. And when this gets done, I'm going to use my folding pin again. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right along this line. Okay, so I'm going to just fold my fabric back. Okay, so there we go. We're ready to do a tack down line all the way around this. So on these corners right here, make sure your foot does not catch that. So I'm going to hit my foot down and start. Here's my camera. This was going to be so cute. Oh man, my arm accidentally hit the screen. So now it's going to do quilting, which I'm going to do, it's either going to be a white or a light gray. I think I'm going to do a white. So I'm going to switch out my thread real quick. I'm just going to use a white thread. Okay. So hit my foot down and start. So while that is quilting, we're going to go over here and press our pieces. So let me take you over to my pressing station. Sorry if I moved the camera too fast. I try to go slower, but sometimes I don't think and I just move it too fast. Okay, so I'm going to fold my pieces hamburger style. This is what you're going to use on the very last step. At the end. So I'm going to press a crease in these. Sorry, I didn't even get that on camera. But I got another one here, so we'll do that on camera. Okay, so Let me scooch it over a little bit. So here we go. We're going to do it hamburger style. And I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to press it. And there we go. There you go. All done with that right there. And while that's quilting, we can go ahead and start trimming our other mug rug. So I'm going to rip off this tape and just throw it away. I mean, you can reuse Kimberbell tape, but I'm not going to save it, so. Okay, and then we're going to trim like 1/4 of an inch seam around this. I just eyeball it, which my machine had just told me that it's ready for a thread change. So I will come back and trim this in a minute. I'm going to take you back to my sewing station. Okay, it's quilted this beautifully. Look how pretty this machine has quilted this right here. I love how pretty that looks. Okay, so now it's going to do a placement line for my flower. So I'm going to switch it to like a, maybe like a mustardy-ish yellow. Let me pick my yellow real quick. Like this one right here might work. I think that one might work. I want to use this glide right here, which is, here's the number on it in case you want to get it. We do sell some glide individually, but this is also came in the red, white, and bloom thread kit, which I really like the thread kits. Those are nice. So I'm going to switch my thread real quick. Okay. Sorry that my arm gets in the way when I thread it. Okay, we'll get my foot down and start. Now it's in my placement line. And then I'm going to do my tack down line. I'm going to do my tack down line. I want to put my fabric right on it. I'm going to cover my stitches completely. I'm going to put my foot down and start. Okay, so now I'm going to trim around it. There we go. So now I'm just going to put my hoop back into my machine, and then we're going to do the satin stitch. It's going to do the satin stitch around that. And while it's doing that, we're going to go ahead, come back to my pressing station, and we're going to finish trimming this. So we're just going to do 1/4 of an inch seam. I'm just eyeballing it. If you want to, you can use a rotary cutter instead of scissors. It'd be faster if you did your rotary cutter. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this extra away because we don't need that. Okay, so now I'm going to do this crossways. We're going to do a snip right here. We're going to do a snip right here. We're going to do another snip right here, 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 and you're going to do that on all 4 corners. You might want to do this over a trash can because the little pieces sort of go flying everywhere. Okay, so now we are ready to turn it. So let me get my bobkin. Well, hold on. My machine finally got finished doing the satin stitch. I'm going to do a placement line for my apple. And I think I'm going to do a red metallic apple. We're going to have a shiny apple. It's going to be a glitzy apple. Okay, I'm going to snip my thread. I'm going to pull it out at the bottom, or at the needle, and we are going to thread my machine real quick. Okay, and we have our Silky Solids red piece, so I'm going to put this over our stitch, and we're going to put our fabric over our placement stitch, and then we're going to do a tack down stitch. Okay, so I'm going to trim around this. I'm going to try to do it without taking the hoop out. I might have to, but I'm going to try. Okay, so now I'm going to put my hoop back into the machine, and it's going to do the decorative stitch around the apple, and while it's doing that, I'm going to turn my other mug rug. I'm trying to go slower with the camera. I realized a while ago I went too fast. Sorry. So let me get my bobkin. So here I've got my bobkin, and I'm just going to go ahead and start turning this. We also have a turning tool that you can use for these, but I don't have it with me. I never have it with me, do I? So you're just going to turn it like this. Okay. So now I'm going to okay, so as you can see, this bobkin helps get the points out, which is really nice. And it doesn't put a hole in your fabric like a like scissors would if you tried to do it with them. Okay, so now I'm going to press this, and we have a cute, he's so cute. Okay, so there we go. Now, this mug rug is finished, and look how cute it is. That is so cute. Okay, I'm going to put my top thing back up. I'm going to move you back to this mug rug. Now, I'm going to have to switch my thread to like a brown. I feel like that red stitched out pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to switch my thread to a brown. And so it's going to do the stem of the apple. This is where I liked my 10 needle. I didn't have to switch my threads 100 times. Okay, so I'm going to put my foot down and start. Okay, next is going to do the little stem for the flower. So I'm just going to leave it at a brown. And I'm just going to put my foot down and start. Okay, so now I'm going to switch my thread to a green because I need green leaves. Okay, so I'm going to switch my thread real quick. Okay. Okay, so now it's going to do the leaves. I'm just going to hit my foot down and start. little leaf on our apple.
I know that. I know detail. That one I know.
You don't have nothing seed or this.
We have you needing a small machine to sew with? Okay, we have that.
Okay, so now I'm going to switch it to like a cream, or at least that's what it looks like they use, so I'm just going to go with that.
Price point, would you like to keep it? Okay, we have something from $1.99, I think.
Okay, so this is the cream I'm going to use.
Okay, let me show you some machines here. Does he want new or used, or does it matter? Okay, let me show something new.
So let me get my machine threaded.
It's, if you're just wanting for straight stitch, it's an excellent machine. It's considered an industrial machine.
Okay. I love that the Luminaire and the Solaris threads so easily. Okay, so I'm doing like a cream on the top of my little pot for my tree. I should have used a deeper tan, but I'm going to still leave it. Okay, so now it's going to do the flower. And I'm going to use this yellow on it, which is a glide. Here's the numbers, so if you need to, you can call in and order it. I'm not sure if it's on the website or not. It might be, so if it is, you can order from there. Or you could come in the shop and visit us, and we can help you find the color that you need. I'm just going to thread my machine real quick. Okay, so let me put my foot down so I can thread my needle. Sometimes I do it without putting my foot down, sometimes I do. So let me put my foot down. Well, my foot's already down. I'm going to go ahead and start my machine. Now this one is going to take about 5 minutes for it to do. Looks like it's about to rain outside. Who knows if it does. Cool it down out there. almost done with the flower. Good. Okay, so it's almost done with the flower. It's got 2 more petals to go around. Alright, so now it's going to do like a little red dot in the middle. I think I want to switch it back to my metallic thread. It's going to have a shiny dot in the middle of our flower. Okay, so let me switch my threads real quick. Okay, so wait real quick. And I'm just going to put my foot down and start, and then we'll do that little dot in the center of my flower. I like having the thread stand so I can have 3 setting up there, which is nice. Okay, so now I'm going to do like a light tan for the point of the pencil, and then it'll have like a little tip of black, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of more thread changes to this pencil.
Guatemala, okay. Oh, oh, it's sideways, that's right. Like I said, I apologize, it's been a while since I've used it.
That's pink. I don't need a pink. Where is my light tan? I guess I'll just use this light tan variegated.
I'm used to pushing
I have a variegated pencil tip. So I'm going to switch my thread right real quick. Okay. Okay, I'm going to okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to put my foot down and start. Okay, so now it's for the main pencil part. So I think I'm going to switch my thread to a metallic. So I think I'm going to do my pencil out of this. I don't really have a plain tan, so we're going to have a shiny pencil. At least I don't really have a plain tan that I'm wanting with me. I don't think so. Or maybe I just want to do metallic. Okay, so now I'm going to put my foot down and start. Okay, I'm trying to find what color I want for that eraser.
Maybe we need to open it, put it in. Sometimes I have some around like this with this kind of box.
Well, do we have like a lighter red? I'm just going to go with this red right here and see how it works. Because we're doing the end of the eraser. Sounds like it's going to storm. What doesn't surprise me, it's been really hot this week. Really actually kind of nice to have some rain to cool it down. Okay, there we go. Now I'm ready to do my little eraser. So I'm going to put my foot down and start my machine. Okay, and then I'm going to do the board gray. I'm putting up some of my colors. I think I want to do like a silver metallic for the piece that like holds the that holds the eraser and pencil together. So I'm going to thread it. So I'm going to hit my foot down, and then I'm going to start it. they are doing like a really dark gray, but I'm going to switch it to black. Try and put up some of these colors so my space will be clean. Okay, so now I'm going to do like a black. We're going to take out that thread. There we go. Now we're just going to thread my machine real quick. And now it's going to do like the little heart in the tip of my pencil. Okay, so now I'm not going to change my thread because it's already on the black color, and we're going to do, let me see, thanks for helping me grow. So I'm going to put my foot down and start. Almost done. Well, we're getting close to it. That's looking really good. Here, I can unplug it. I actually like my pencil very shiny. I think it looks pretty good. And I think I like this better, black. Sorry that it shakes the camera.
Oh no, it's July 6th. I forgot we already had that. And this says he passed July 6th, 2023. Thank you. Antonio Garcia. Does he have a cell? Let me see that.
Okay, we're on the last word. No. It will fit now. Oh, we don't. Almost finished.
That sounds better. I am so sorry.
All right, so
They put in the right amount and changed it.
it's doing almost done. All right, so now we're at the last step. So what you want to do is just lay it like this on half of it, and then you want to lay the second piece on the other half. Okay, and then I'm going to take a long piece of tape. Ouch. I was using the tape dispenser and I pulled down and I accidentally smashed my hand into the table.
What I would do, I would staple this to this gift certificate, okay?
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put my foot down and start and let it go around there, and we'll trim it, then turn it, and we'll be done. Alright, so now I'm going to take this out of the machine. I'm going to take the tape off. Well, that's what I like about the paper tape, that I can just undo it like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn off my machine and unplug it because it's raining here and thundering, and it might start lightning here in a little bit, so I don't know. So I'm going to take this out of the machine, and I'm going to take it over to my pressing station, pop it out of the hoop. Okay, so now I'm going to trim it about 1/4 of an inch seam.
Machine on a
It's
card.
okay, no problem.
Well, we're gonna put your machine on a card, and I don't want you going out there with the fuzz in the
No
night.
problem.
Oh, you don't need to do it.
Yeah,
You
thank you.
sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank
Be
you.
careful, honey.
Yeah.
It's wet, and when it
Okay.
gets wet, the roads will be slicker because it's been so hot. Are you sure? I don't mind hearing it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you,
Okay,
though.
thank you so much. And blessings on your soul. Let me get a box or something to put over your head. Oh, well, it'll be a warm rain at least. Oh, praise the Lord. I want to see it happen.
Okay, I'm just trimming around here. Okay, and I'm just going to throw these extras away. So I'm just going to cut on the sides. And I am not doing the extra 2 cuts because it just takes too long. Just on y'all just, actually I think it does do it better if you go back and do it like this and this. But I'm not going to, I'm just going to skip that step. So I'm going to and I'm going to get my bobbin. Okay, so There we go. So now we're ready to press it. And we'll be done. Looks so cute. So here we go. There is the last one. So here we go. Here's the two that we've done today. They're so cute. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and